Is it party time? Party time. Check what time it is. Call your nanny up. Tell her watch the kids. Is it GX coming? GX.
How you guys doing? I'm the host, Nate Coleman, with the I Don't Care show, and these are my classmates.
Hi, I'm Kyra.
I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Abby.
Big Colby.
And we are here at Northwestern State University, located in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and we are here on the behalf of the Communications 2440 video production class.
Lovely.
Good? Y'all like that?
Yes, that was good.
Okay, cool. So what's the highlight of the semester y'all got?
I like doing the alligator story. That was a
I
good
liked
one.
the alligator story too.
It was cool. Yeah.
Us three we hiked all the way across campus, all the way to the river to
to get a shot.
We had to go take
pond.
pictures
Yes.
of stuff and whatnot. So that was an interesting time.
Yeah.
I think my favorite had to be the pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza.
Had to
Let it
be.
go.
I like
Let
it.
it go, bro.
I think me personally was doing the stand-ups in between.
Oh,
Felt like
yeah.
a newscaster, you know what I'm saying? But over the course, we had worked on a storyline, news package, same sort of thing. What was yours?
Mine was consistency, and I did it because I just started going to the gym in January. So I just started my gym journey. So I did it about that and how hard it can be, or easy for some people, to be consistent in the gym.
All right, now let's take a look at her consistency video.
Consistency is key. The more you do something, the easier it becomes. Soon it will become a habit, and habits are hard to break. NSU alumni Tyler Collins eats, sleeps, and breathes consistency at the gym.
Okay, I go to the gym about 6 days a week. I take that one rest day. It's 6 a.m. to about 7, and it's really hard to stay consistent. But I think it's worth it to do it in the mornings because it gives you that boost of energy.
6 days a week at the gym is insane, but admirable. It takes an immense amount of discipline. Finding motivation to come to the gym can be really hard, but hey, at least we made it today. Being consistent isn't always easy, and we can break our streak. NSU senior Isabella Musgrove tells us what it's like for her.
So I'm not as consistent as I used to be, but I'm trying to be more consistent. I used to go about 6 times a week in the past, but now I do 4, but I'm trying to go back to the 6 weeks.
Keep in mind that we all have to start somewhere, and something is better than nothing. Be consistent, but listen to your body. From NSU TV, I'm Kyra Raymond.
I think that it's a really good conversation to have, like especially with people who are new to the gym, and I think it's important that they know not to overwork themselves, because that could be a thing too.
How long do you plan on like working out and stuff and being consistent?
I'm gonna try to stay consistent, like for the rest of the year, for the rest of the rest, you know, because I want to keep going. I want to keep going because I'm seeing some differences. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna stay consistent.
Come on.
So, is this becoming like, is gonna be a normal for you? Like, it's gonna be like lifestyle? Like, are you a gym rat? Would you consider that something?
Gym rat.
Gym rat is crazy, and not too much laughing over it. But I'm definitely, I'm gonna keep going, and I want to try some like powders and proteins and stuff. I still ain't got on that, but
Big.
yeah.
That's all.
See, I used to be consistent. Like I'd go to the gym almost every day, but then like I got too busy, so it happens to be
I feel
like
you.
that.
I
So
feel you.
I need to be more consistent. I'm gonna take that from your video.
Well, there are plenty of benefits of exercising. One could be it can cure depression, anxiety. So that will lead us into like mental health. Kobe?
Yeah, so I decided to do a package on mental health for athletes specifically. I think that it's a really important topic. You know, as time is going on, mental health for athletes is becoming more and more of a big conversation. So I thought it was a good idea to look into it.
Well, coming up next, we'll be showing Kobe's video, but now we have a commercial.
Whether it's in the trailer, behind the camera, or on the air, NSU has a place for you. Learn the ins and outs of an ESPN broadcast while getting a full-fledged education in sports media or broadcast journalism. Northwestern State University, New Media, Journalism, and Communication Arts. Learn more at nsula.edu/newmedia.
A lot of NSU athletes are struggling with their mental health. It might not look like it, but many are dealing with their emotional, physiological, and social well-being. Senior wide receiver Zach Patterson gives his definition of mental health.
Negative or positive one day. My negative would be that I'm so far from home that I miss home. My positive is that I can always think that I can be at a better place than home. I can't speak for each and everyone, but mental health can be anywhere, any place, anytime, and it can really affect many people in many different ways.
Patterson also says that he notices his fellow athletes struggle, but do not often talk about their struggles.
As an amazing athlete, my mental health is always being tested. There could be times where I could be at high, there's times I could be at low, all depending on what's going on in my life. School, football, all play a part into my mental health. It's like a balancing act. Most people believe us athletes live a scot-free, problem-free life. You'd be surprised how many of us actually deal with problems on a day-to-day basis.
Nowadays, it is very hard for student athletes to manage their mental health by themselves, and coaches have to be the ones to help them. Coach Brad Laird gives his opinion on what mental health is to players and to students at NSU.
Kind of talk about mental health and where mental health is going in reference to student athletes and more detail football players. Mental health is a topic that over the last, I would say 8 to 10 years has become more of a priority as coaches, as NCAA is concerned to be more aware of what the student athletes are going through. And, sometimes as football players, you think you got to be tough and it's a game of a physical game, but your mental health is just as important as how physical you are. So I think it's important for student athletes moving forward to make sure from a mental health standpoint that just like you work on your strength, just like you work on being physical, being able to work on the mental health as well, and with the help from coaches, trainers, and administration.
Coach Laird goes in detail talking about how players also can lean on their families for help. It is very important to have somebody in your corner. This is Colby Burrell from the I Don't Care podcast, signing out.
Welcome back with the I Don't Care podcast. I'm your host, Nate Coleman. Once again, these are my classmates.
We're introducing ourselves again.
Oh, yeah, if y'all want to.
I'm Kyra.
Brooklyn.
Abby.
Just in case they're just tuning in.
Big dog Kobe on the block.
So, just to piggyback off mental health, I'm kind of glad you did that, because just speaking from a male's perspective, being an athlete too, some former players or some players, they do feel like they don't have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? They do keep all their emotions and things bottled up. So I'm glad you kind of touched on that and highlighted that, because that is becoming a bigger problem in today's world.
It definitely is. I just think that sometimes as an athlete, you don't really know who to talk to, or you feel like you just need to bottle up everything. So I think now it's becoming more and more important to let that emotion out, because you're already bundled up with the stresses of football or whatever sport you're playing in school, family. So I think it's really important to be able to talk it out.
Facts. See, some people don't see what goes on behind the scenes, but luckily, Miss Brooklyn, she did a story that's bigger than the game.
Yes. So I'm glad you brought up mental health, because my main thing about this story was to just focus on what happens outside of the game. Obviously, when you go to a football game, you look at the players, you're excited, you're cheering on your team and all that good stuff, but nobody goes on in a player's life behind the scenes. And honestly, people spend a lot of money to go to a football game. Well, professional football games. I don't know about this school, but professional football games, and it takes a lot to make everything run smoothly, because obviously you're just there to see the game, but nobody knows who's commentating, who's running the commercials behind the scenes, who's on ESPN, all the good stuff. So that's kind of what my story was about, and who takes care of everything.
With that being said, here's a look at bigger than the game.
Football is the world's most popular ball game in numbers of participants and spectators. Simple in its principal rules and essential equipment, the sport can be played almost anywhere, from official football playing fields to gymnasiums, streets, school playgrounds, parks, or benches. It's estimated that in the 21st century, there is approximately 250 million football players around the world. With that being said, it is great to see what football means from a player's point of view.
What I think I enjoy most about being a football player is just, the action that I get and, the reward of scoring, making sure your team win. As you go on, there'll be like seniors and older players that don't get to play past a certain level. And just to see them happy to see them win a game or a championship is probably the best joy that you can get.
As much as football seems smoothly ran from the outside perspective, it takes a lot of time and dedication from people behind the scenes. Director of Football Operations Sonia Pizan gives her thoughts.
So outside of football, it takes time, it takes dedication, organization to be able to run the football program. I really spend a lot of time during season and even in the spring sitting right here at this desk, hours that I can be with my family and friends and hanging out. I have to make those sacrifices to be able to make sure travel's organized. We have hotels for the fall. All of that has to be done now. Like I need to finish hotels within the next week or so for the fall season. But honestly, it's just a lot of dedication to the program. More so than anything, is just making sure your coaches are taken care of, the players are taken care of, everything that needs to be done. And I'm really the person that does whatever needs to be done. I've been in the equipment room. I've helped recruiting and everything like that. It just takes basically being the yes woman, not really saying no to much, even though sometimes it can overload you. So sometimes you just have to say yes and roll with the punches around here.
As you can see, it takes a lot to run a team. From behind the scenes to players on the field, each play an important role to make a team successful. I'm Brooklyn Guerrero in COMM 2440, signing out.
So, behind the scenes of a student athlete, I feel like there's a lot that goes unnoticed. People don't really see the early mornings, the late nights, the 5 a.m.s to the 9 o'clock p.m., you know what I'm saying? People don't really see that. They just, see you on the field, see you on TV on Saturdays, and think you're a robot.
Definitely don't see them stadium runs.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you touched on that. But another thing is like with student athletes, they got to be there on a certain time, you know what I'm saying? Some people got cars, some people walk, some people catch rides, you know what I'm saying? It's a medium-sized campus. It's not too big, not too small.
Not too big at all.
So me personally, I just wanted to highlight how students get around. Some walk, some drive, some carpool, some bike, electric scooter, all of the above. So that's my story. So we do have commercial coming up, and we'll be taking a look at that next.
Whether it's in the trailer, behind the camera, or on the air, NSU has a place for you. Learn the ins and outs of an ESPN broadcast while getting a full-fledged education in sports media or broadcast journalism. Northwestern State University, New Media, Journalism, and Communication Arts. Learn more at nsula.edu/newmedia.
A 2012 Ford Explorer is not just a family car. It is this student's everyday way of getting around campus.
And this is Big Red. One thing I love about my truck is my sound system, and one thing I love to change about my truck is also the paint job.
A big gas guzzler, this NSU student doesn't seem to mind as he rides around campus.
You see, most students' form of transportation is either car or bike, but there's a few students who stick to walking.
Walking to campus may seem absurd to some people, but to others, they find joy in it.
I prefer walking over driving because sometimes you just want to slow down, you know what I mean? Driving in the car, everything's going by so fast in a matter of minutes. When I walk, everything is slowed down. It's like I get to see the world in a little time glass. I get to see more things, see how people interact, see the animals, see the trees. And it's always good for the mental, always good for the soul, just to, be one with nature from time to time.
One way or another, you're going to have to get around campus somehow. You just have to find which way suits you best. This is the Take Home with COMM 2040, signing out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty. If it's a nice sunny day, I'll park my car for the whole day and just walk around campus. I'm not gonna lie, I'll do it.
That'll be the day I die. I never walk around campus.
I don't know the last time I really walked around this campus, except when we went to go film the alligator story. That's
I feel like if it's nice and sunny, nice little breeze, it's not an ugly campus. It's mediocre, but it ain't ugly, you know.
We have stuff outside of campus too, like where people can go hike and stuff and just relax and just think. That's good.
Sometimes you just gotta slow down, bro. You just gotta like see what's in front of you, you know, just take it all in, take a deep breath sometimes.
So as an athlete, as an athlete, do y'all get in trouble for like being late if y'all do choose to like walk, get a ride or whatever, like that stuff?
Oh yeah, you know the times. How you get there,
Good.
You know what I'm saying? They give you the time, you just gotta be there.
If you gotta walk, you better walk 2 hours early.
You feel me? Ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses.
That is wild.
Ain't no excuses. But they do, let's say there is a family emergency, they are understanding, you know what I'm saying? Because some people cope with things differently, you know. And speaking of coping, I think y'all few days. Check me out. I'm smooth, boy. Check me out, boy. I'm smooth, boy. But look, speaking of coping, would you like to
Yeah, so
take that from me?
I made my story. It's a little bit on a darker note, but my brother actually, he passed away 2 weeks before this semester started. So
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, so it's been a rough semester, but I wanted to make a video kind of trying to grow from it and, you know, learn something from it and trying to find the light in it. So my video is about like ways college students can cope, you know, to try to help others if they're going through the same thing.
College students already have a lot going on, but how do they continue going to school when they are grieving the loss of a loved one? This is what one student had to say.
Yeah, a lot of people really don't understand what college students go through when they lose an immediate family member, but it's one of the hardest times of your life, and you gotta do a lot to get past it.
While going through such a difficult situation, it is important for students to find healthy ways to cope.
Grief can be hard at times, but something that helps me cope is writing letters to my brother because it makes me feel like he's still here with me.
Just as everyone experiences grief very differently, there are also many ways to cope.
Something that really helps me cope with my dad is hanging out with friends, like just getting my mind off everything and just really trying to stay focused on myself.
Loss is an incredibly hard thing to deal with, but with the proper support and coping skills, it can be made easier. For the I Don't Care Show, I'm Abby Nelson.
I just made that video. That's Nehemiah. He's another one of, not in this class, but he's one of our classmates in another class. And he lost both of his parents, so he definitely knows, you know, what it's like to grieve and deal with loss. So I kind of wanted to get his perspective on how he copes, you know, in hopes that it can help not only me, but other people that watch the video.
I love that he brought up that he talks to like friends to get his mind off of it. That's really important. I had lost my uncle a week ago, and at the funeral, like it didn't seem real, but I mean, after everybody was crying and stuff like that, like we were in the back like laughing at all the old videos and all kind of stuff, and it was actually like, it was pretty nice. It was sad, but it was nice, you know?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, with me being like 3 hours from home, you know, family, trying to, well, scratch all that. Just like being up here, I done lost family members, classmates, closest friends, you know what I'm saying? And like coping with me, I just take the lick and keep on going, you know what I'm saying? Like I think about it, pray about it, but how I react to that is like, that's on me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and just dig myself into a hole, you know what I'm saying?
I think really for everybody it's different, but like I really don't think you ever just get over it or like you kind of just learn to live with it. Like you're going to be grieving and you're going to be hurting, but you learn to just, it's a new normal basically.
Right. That was one thing the pastor said at his funeral was that this is reality at the end of the day. All you can do is pray. Just know that they're still here and stuff, and that's what makes it easier to cope.
On a lighter note, let's just share some memories we had from the class. Anybody?
Me and Kyra, we were always partners for our packages, and we were always partners, and we had a lot of tea talks, and that was like my favorite part of the class. Is that every time we walked to where we were going, baby, we spilled the tea, and we loved that.
It was good every single time.
Every single time, and that was it. That's my favorite part.
I could say a memory I had with Kobe. Man, we did that pineapple on pizza, but the pizza was so nasty, man.
Man, we couldn't even take 2 bites of that pizza.
Man, that shit was disgusting.
They sell that here?
Yeah. Well, we
Pineapple
got
pizza? No,
pizza.
it was regular pizza.
Yeah, it was just regular pizza, and then we had pineapple Fanta.
I know you, bro.
Pineapple on pizza.
Y'all deserve that.
But no, it was the drink was like a chaser. You know, that's how nasty. That's how nasty the pizza was.
That's so dope.
On another note,
anybody who puts pineapple on pizza is crazy. That's
random. Y'all got y'all tickets for GX? Might as well plug it in. Free promotion.
One, I'm not going to the step show, so I really don't know why y'all not just like making a separate ticket.
You at the door. At the party.
But like,
at the party.
that's too much. Because I know it's going to be higher, and I don't want to do that.
It's going up by the hour. Just letting you know that. Do what you want with that information.
Baby, I'm up all weekend.
Y'all got your outfits, tickets.
I'm up all weekend.
Kobe?
You got your fit?
Oh,
that part.
Man, you all right.
That
man,
part.
Come on, look who you talking to.
Look who I'm talking to.
Look what you went.
Exactly. You ain't even in color. You're not in color.
Look at your braids.
Oh!
I'm going to shut up. I ain't even going to lie. I'm going to shut up. Please stop.
Ooh, you gonna let him talk to you like that though? That's crazy.
It's a normal.
It's a normal.
Nah, this ain't gonna be no little love and hip hop reunion. Be fire and throw flower vases across the room. But man, I ain't gonna I ain't gonna lie. It was a nice little class with y'all. You know, good memories. You know,
hated all of y'all.
Way to end the semester.
Even
though we have more projects to do.
Which is so crazy.
That's wild.
This is the big shebang, but apparently she got another shebang after the big shebang. So she has like a shebang. I never heard of that. That's weird, but.
So we'll see y'all again sometime around. We love y'all, for real.
Signing out. COMM 2440.
Also, thank you. Shout out to Miss Gilbert for teaching us all the stuff that we know.
Come on.
Yeah,
special guest.
Come on. She walked off, but it's okay. We still love her. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Big Dog K on the block.